Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, a big welcome to you. It's great to have you with us. Today I am finishing up our color along in Autumn Charm coloring book by Teresa Goodridge. I'm using Prismacolor Pencils and this is how we are looking. So all that I have left to do are the birds, the fence, the house, the boat, the dog, and a bit of grass down here. Hopefully I'll remember what I used to color with it. We need to do the rocks and a few leaves. So yeah, not too much for us to do. Hopefully get this done within an hour, and then I have another small picture I will color with you as well. So I'm going to bring you in for a closer look. I'm going to work on this section and just make my way further down. And I'm also going to pull out some of my gel pens so that we can do some of these finer details. Right, so let's have a look. I'm going to need my eraser because I want to tidy up the birds on the tree and make sure that I get them all nicely colored in, and just tidy up here on the fence as well where I can. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is use a dark gel pen, probably just a dark brown, a reddish brown, so it's got that tinge of autumn to it, and I'm going to use it to do these links here in between the fence posts. And I think we can do the same thing here on the railing of the building or the house. Apologies if you hear any background noise, it's just my family. I'm watching a film and my kids possibly going to bed. Hi Dawn, how are you? It's great to have you. Hope you had a good week. So I'm really trying to just keep to these autumnal colors. But I just don't feel like using a white gel pen. So I thought if I use just a nice glitter pen, will add a bit of sparkle. You could possibly even do a lighter shade than what I'm using. Maybe like a glittery yellow or mustard yellow. Could also work quite nicely. And then I think I'm going to do it here on this building. Because I just think that this is quite small to use a pencil unless you used a really sharp pencil, which you could do. Go along here. Maybe we'll use a black pen over the crosses on the inside of the barn. It's really tiny. Let me see if I can zoom you in a bit more. And then I'll zoom out. It's a bit difficult sometimes because I've got, I use my phone to do the live streams, and I've got it clipped onto my tripod, which is basically a selfie stick inside a stand my husband made for me with wood. So every now and then it just gets stuck when I try zoom, hence the shaking. But I'm very grateful to have it because it does make life easy. So I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to need to color the building first before I black out the rest of the fence, because you can actually see in the back here that the building, and then here there's a bit of like the tree, so we'll just do that. But I think a nice maybe black would work. So I thought of doing like a grey lavender tinge to the buildings. So just bring in some of that purple. And just make sure I've got my sharpener nearby. So I'm going to just create a bit of a base layer with this grey lavender. And I think I will build up with some greys as well. And maybe do some like muted blues for the roof. And then I'm just trying to go in between, but I think I'll sharpen my pencil. And just get in between where I think the fence is, or the rails. So that down there is the tree, this bit would be. And then I think this front door section here, I will probably do like this bit grey, but I might do this a different color so it just stands out from the rest of the building. So what have you been coloring this week? Anything new? Any new mediums you're using? Any new coloring books? I think I'm going to black that out with a dark shadow. I'm going to use some black cherry, and let's see how this looks. So black cherry here. So that will be like a reddish purple. So it's not like purple, and it's not bright purple. So I watched a very interesting YouTube video where one of the colorists actually was showing how to use these, I don't know if you use them, but these foil flakes. There we go. And they're like really, really thin. But she showed how to use them in coloring books, and I bought a set of these thinking, oh, it will be so great to use in my coloring books for like metals and jewelry and all that sort of thing. And I thought, oh, I don't need anything fancy. I'll just use PVA glue and you know, a paintbrush, and I'll just layer it in and use some tweezers. So in my ignorance, I didn't know that actually what I needed was a paint, like a pen, and in the pen is the right glue. And then, so I watched this video, and I decided I'd given up on using these gold flakes and for accents and prettiness in my pictures, because it just created a huge mess and it just didn't look right. And then I realized after watching this video, oh my gosh, I do need this pen. And so I went and I got it. And I decided that what the heck, I will just treat myself, and it arrived today. So, and it just works the same as like a gel pen, or with a slight water brush feel to it, because you got to squeeze it just ever so slightly. And then the glue comes out, and then you let the glue dry, and once it's dry you can put the flakes on top, and then use a hard like paintbrush or makeup brush or whatever brush you've got where the bristles are quite hard, and they scratch away the flakes that aren't attached to the glue. So I thought that this was a really, really cool thing, and I experimented with it today. It didn't come out as neat as I'd like, but I'm not too worried because it's, you know, practice and something new. And I still don't have all the tools, because you can get like a, I don't know if it's called like a cement brush or something, but it's a square or rectangle. It's quite hard, and you can use it on the paper to just like exfoliate any bits of glue that have gotten onto your paper, or any bits that you don't want. So that's what I'm playing with at the moment. So hopefully that will make for some more interesting backgrounds and other things. Right, so now I want to bring in some grey. I think I'm going to use a 90% French grey, or maybe, actually let's try a 70% warm grey. And I'm just going to sharpen it. And in here, so just deepen these shadow areas. I have got messages buzzing on my phone. So apologies if you hear any buzzing, it's just notifications. I've got so many messaging groups at the moment because the boys are involved in rugby, and we've got stuff for schooling, not to mention all their other extra activities that they do. So I think we're going to need these rails in the banister or the balcony to kind of stand out. So I might just do them, oh, I don't know, maybe a goldish yellow. Alright, so I'm going to go over my grey with my black cherry. Because I thought, why not? Why not have a purple building? Why does it always have to be browns and greys? Why not just be something different? So I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone, try different color combos and shades. Right, so now I'm going to come back in with my grey lavender and just blend this out. So it wants a bit more black cherry in here, and then blend it out with my grey lavender. So eventually, after trying really hard to not switch on our heating, we finally switched it on today, because it's been getting a bit cooler and cooler, and we decided that it's okay, we'll just stick on the heating because that's what it's there for, and make the house comfortable. And I'm glad, because it's like the weekend, so we keep it all at a comfortable temperature. Makes for a more pleasant weekend. Okay, so now I want to bring out my periwinkle, and I'm going to come in here and just alternate my tiles. Sorry, now I've got people phoning me. Oh dear, I hope nothing's wrong. So it's just randomly picking out tiles. Alright, and then we're going to take a slate grey and a 70% cool grey, So this is the 70% cool grey. And just bring it in like that. Alright, and now we're going to use the periwinkle. And some more slate grey down here. And then we'll use, I think it's Cloud Blue, PC1086. And this will just be for our lighter bits. And now for a bit more of that 70%. So I want my 70% warm grey, and I'm going to come up here. So this is my 70% cool grey. And I want some of that PC1086. And some of that 70% warm grey. And then I'm using my black pencil to just try and just define this black edges again. So I'm going to use the same colors to do the windowsills. Now up here, sorry, I've just seen here, we need to do 70% warm grey because this is the roof. Then you want your slate grey. Just go over that. And then your PC1086. Okay, so then we'll use your slate grey again. Your warm grey, 70% warm grey. And then I want the 70% cool grey. And then the pale blue, so PC1086. I don't know if it's powder blue or cloud blue. And then your 70% warm grey here on the side. So let's do the same thing over here. This is using the Periwinkle. The slate grey, that light blue PC1086, back to your slate grey here at the back, and then your 70% cool grey, which we can also put under here, followed by some periwinkle, and some 70% warm grey. So it's inside, so you'll have more of a shadow in there. And you can blend it out with that lighter blue. Now I would take that light blue, come here, and use the black cherry in here. Then come in with the periwinkle. And then your cool grey, 70% cool grey. So I'm trying to keep it a muted blue so it actually just blends into this, because I think muted blue and this gentle purple will work really well. And then you can use your black pencil to just redefine everything. Alright, so now I need to use a lemon yellow, and we're going to put in some color into these windows. Followed by some sunburst yellow in that part of the door. It just gives that house some character. And then we're going to do the brickwork, which I thought we could do maybe with some terracotta and chestnut. So this is some chestnut. You'd want the 70% warm grey here. And then just take a peach beige. So here's your peach beige over here. And we want some black raspberry. And black cherry, just to deepen up these shadowed areas. Some more of that chestnut. So all I'm doing is just trying to give a bit of variation on the bricks so that it just catches the eye. And I think I'll use the same color for the door. So this is the chestnut. And you can go over it with some peach beige just to lighten it. Some black raspberry. And then I would take a dark brown in this section here and just do that a dark brown. So let's use the chestnut and the peach beige. So we'll do the chestnut here on the fence. Followed by some black raspberry. Then your peach beige. Again, here it's some black mahogany, black raspberry. Some peach beige over here, and your black raspberry. You can use some dark brown as well, just to deepen it if you like. That was peach beige. Right, so now I'm going to bring in some burnt ochre and some peach beige, and I'm going to do these birds. So if I bring you in a bit, and if I zoom you out a little bit more. So So some peach beige here and over there, followed with some burnt ochre, just keep blending it, and then some dark brown on the tail, some more of that burnt ochre, and some peach beige. Then I'm going to take a black gel pen and just do the eye. And just touch up so I need my 90% French grey to block this out. I'm going to use quite a bright yellow to do these and this part of the fence here. I mean, worst case scenario, just use a black pen. But I just thought if we use the yellow, it's not going to disappear into the background. It will at least stand out. And then if we come and use a white gel pen, and do this edging of the roof here. So I'm using my French grey, 90% French grey. Then I'm getting out my marine green and going over that French grey. And then I'm using my sap green light. I really love this color. I think it's just such a beautiful color to work with. And then blend out again with my marine green. Okay, so now to come back to my boat, and we're going to also work on some of these rocks. So I'm going to keep my French greys and my warm greys, and I'm going to bring in some clay rose and maybe some beige sienna, and possibly even keep the grey lavender. Okay, so let's use the 90% French grey. I'm just going to sharpen it because I do want a nice sharp point. So I'm just sharpening quickly. Alright, so using my 90% French grey, so I quite enjoy colouring rocks. I think they're quite easy to colour. You want to try and show off the cracks. They're pretty much the way you would do stones on a pavement, is similar to how I would colour rocks. You can also add some green to your rocks if you want to showcase a bit of moss or algae growing on them. Can be quite a nice effect, or you could just keep them as standard rocks with nothing growing on them. It's really up to you. Okay, so let me come in now with my beige sienna. And I'm just going to lay it over all my grey areas, my darker greys. Okay, so now we want a slightly brighter color. I think I'm going to come in with a bit of eggshell and just bring a bit of yellow into this, and it will just brighten up these rocks a bit more. Blot that out with my grey. Now I don't want to make these rocks grey. I wanted to make them a brown because I really wanted to showcase the color palette as more autumnal. So if I come in with a bit more beige sienna, and it will just reaffirm those shadowed areas, brighten everything up. And then my beige sienna, so I'm just going to alternate between these now and just work on each rock. And so that was eggshell, then beige sienna. And then you can come in again with some more of that French grey and just go into your deeper shadows, and that just helps to redefine the shape of the rocks so they're not lost with the Prismacolor. So in some channel news, I have already got a couple of videos uploaded onto the channel. They're not yet public because I am just finishing a couple of edits, but it is the color along for Fragile World, and I am also busy with a color along in Rita Berman's main race Dirt Europa, where I am showing you how I color clouds and hot air balloons. So that will be released over the weekend, so do keep a lookout for that. And as always, if you do have any coloring pages you'd like me to do, or any ideas on a coloring palette you would like to see, I will very happily film those for you and get them up as soon as I possibly can. I have got planned a monochromatic coloring thing, a color along that I'd like to do, as it has been requested, so I haven't forgotten. It does take me some time though to sit down, film the color alongs and then edit them. The editing really is often what slows me down the most, but I do appreciate all your patience with me, and those color alongs have not been forgotten. I am going to be doing them the same as with Layla Dooley's The Flower Year. I will be getting to that as soon as I possibly can and film another color along for you and complete the color alongs that you are waiting for. I am also going to be looking into a few giveaways and stuff like that as I get closer to reaching 1,000 subscribers. So that will be coming out soon on the channel. I will give you all the details for that and how it will work. The whole idea is just to celebrate with you the growth that my channel has had, and it's just my way of saying thank you for all your support, which I really do appreciate so very much. Yeah, I'm hoping that video will be done as soon as possible and give you all the details. I'm planning on coinciding it along with my channel reaching that 1,000 subscribers, which is a very exciting and important milestone for us on the channel. And then I have got some more portraits lined up for you, which I'd like to color in and show you how to color them using both polychromos and Prismacolors. If the paper allows it, I'll even add in a couple of tutorials with castle arts. So that will be exciting. What else can I tell you? I'm also planning on doing a page in, oh actually it's a double page spread in Fragile World where I'll use only Inktense pencils. So if you would like to see me do that on film, then please do let me know in the comments, because then I'll know whether it's popular, and if it is something you do really want to see, I can then include it as a color along. Hello Lion and the Lamb, it's great to see you. Thank you, I'm glad you like the picture. I hope that you are well and your family is doing well. Lion and the Lamb, I do have Kanoko Igusa's books. I have the English versions because they came out on Amazon, and it was actually turned out so much cheaper than buying online. So what I have is Rhapsody in the Forest, and I have the other one, Menuet de Bonheur, I think. Oh gosh, I get them all muddled up. So I've got the first one, the second one. I'm waiting for the Symphony of Cute Animals to be released. For some reason, Amazon UK keeps pushing out the publishing date to, it was supposed to be November, but now it's going to be sometime early next year, March, which is just driving me absolutely up the wall. But if you want me to do a page in there, please do let me know which page you specifically want, because it will really help me overcome my, oh my gosh, I can't color in Kanoko Igusa's books. Mind block. Hello Tanya Colors, it's great to have you. If you want to comment below and let me know if you have a specific coloring book or page you would like to see colored, then that is always welcome and great. Oh wow, you've got all three of our books. Which one do you prefer, Lion and the Lamb? Do you have any one that is your favorite? I'm just going to zoom you out a bit more. We can get to more of these rocks here. I started a page in, I think it's Rhapsody in the Forest. And it's the one where there's the mama cat and she's in bed with the baby kittens and she's reading them a story. So I started that one and I gave it a pink wall, and then I just didn't know how I was going to do the bedspread. So I had one of my panic moments, slammed the book shut and just about threw it into the bookcase because I just felt overwhelmed. So I've decided though in that book I don't actually like the way the polychromos work. It just, I don't know, I preferred Prismacolors. They seem to respond a bit better. Okay, cool. Rhapsody in the Forest. All right. You let me know if you have a specific page. If not, I will give it some thought and plan a color along and overcome my fears. I've seen so many beautiful pages colored in Kanoke Goose's books. It's just exquisite what some people can actually achieve. So we are almost finished with this page. Cool, Lion and the Lamb. That sounds like a great plan. I look forward to hearing from you. And then back to my eggshell. I must say, I find that even Aries books, as much as I love her drawing, I also find I experience a similar thing where I just open the book, look through the pictures, and then close the book and put it back on the shelf. So it's such an interesting experience, really. You know, we get excited about all these beautiful coloring books, buy them, and then some of them we just struggle to open and color. I wonder sometimes if we overthink it. I know I probably do. Tanya, yes, they are intimidating. I've got Mama Girls, I think it's Girl with Music. It's either Girl with Music or Girl with Poems. And that's one of those books I'm just so intimidated by. I just decided, you know what, I've got it, I'm glad I have it, but I will save it for another day. Oh, that's interesting, Tanya. How much have you colored in the ink house? Those designs are absolutely exquisite. I've got the Coloring Heaven version of the ink house, which has most of the pictures in. Oh, that's cool. Did you use Inktense pencils or another medium? Okay, so I'm going to come to the leaves and I'm just going to add some pumpkin orange to them. I love Zucchini Kitty's colouring of the Ink House. She did such an amazing job. I think she even finished the entire book. And I think she used Distress inks and Inktense. I don't remember if she used any other pencils. Wow, Tonya, that's amazing. I love the idea to go for a barely tinted antique book. I think that's really impressive. Oh, Lion and the Lamb. I know those pages. I'll have a look for them and have a look. I think I had bookmarked the chipmunks with the wooden clock, but I'll just double check. We can get started on one of those pages. Oh, fair enough, Tonya. Whatever works. I've never tried the Erogeton pencils. Hello, Fadaria. I hope I pronounced your name right. Oh, Faye, that's easy. Oh, thank you for clarifying. It's great to have you. Welcome. Okay, so now I want some yellow. So I think I'm going to go for like a canary yellow. Just try and brighten this up a bit. And I want some more of that orange there. And I'm going to just bring in some light umber. Oh wow, Tonya, that's interesting to know. I wonder how they compare to the marker Raffines, because I have the marker Raffines and I find them quite hard and also quite difficult to lay down several layers. It's almost like if you go light, they don't layer much at all, but then if you press a bit harder, they layer down a lot. Faye, I am using Prismacolor pencils. And the one I'm currently using is the light umber. I'm just trying to blend out this color on these fallen leaves a bit, but I'm not going to fuss too much over them. So canary yellow here. Some pumpkin orange here. Faye, I do put in the description after the live videos, sometimes I do put in the polychromos options. I have a couple of people who enjoy working mainly with polychromos, so I do try and put both options down. Right, let me just clean up these ducks. So my one son requested that I make some of these ducks mallard ducks, so I have to put in some green in them. Okay, so the bird here is going to have dark brown for the tail, burnt sienna, no sorry, burnt ochre here on his tummy, and then beige sienna for his head. And then we were using chestnuts on the wooden areas of the fence, so we're just gonna layer this up. And then dark brown. Oh, wonderful, Faye. I love Teresa Goodridge's. Although, to be honest, her flowers I find quite a lot more of a struggle than her landscapes. So I've got her, I think it's Country Gardens, and I really struggle to color in that book because I just don't know how to interpret the beautiful flowers that she's got going for her. But these landscapes are lovely. I find them actually so much easier. All right, I'm going to bring in some black. And then we'll do some more of the chestnut. No, oh no, I picked up the wrong pencil. Pumpkin orange. No, I want chestnut. And then I'm going to go over the lighter areas with the beige sienna and just add a bit of a highlight there. Yeah, mallard ducks are lovely. We have a few around in our area, especially in the spring and summer months. I've gotten blue just about everywhere here. Okay, so for the robe, I'm going to use Eggshell. Oh, not at all, Faye. I have a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 11-and-a-half-year-old. And we just recently had my 8-year-old turn 8. So he's a new 8 and a young 8. "13 years and a 3-year-old, that's lovely. How are you finding the teen years?" I have mixed feelings about those. Alright, so it's Eggshell, then light umber. And I might bring in some of the 90% French grey, the deeper shadows. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the water. It's one of my first attempts at water, so you guys are part of my experimenting. So this is the 90% French grey. Wow, Tanya. So you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Oh, okay, Faye, that's good to know. Terrible twos in puberty. Here we come. Yeah, I'm already finding my 11-year-old can be quite emotional. So trying to be supportive and understanding as best as I can, but still keeping those boundaries. Oh wow, Lion and the Lamb, that's lovely. You must be really enjoying her. Okay, so just the ducks, the dog, and the boat. We're almost done. Okay, so I'm going to bring in some of that mallard green. Hopefully we can get this right. So I need green, maybe some mahogany red, not mahogany red, black raspberry, and then some of the beige colors. Okay, let's try. Okay, so the head is where they have the green. Okay, so we'll make his head green. So this is that peacock green. And this guy's head green. Followed by some black raspberry here. So we'll be mallard duck inspired. And a bit more of that mahogany red, black raspberry up here, and somewhere here on the wings. Right, and then some peach beige just to blend it out. And then some 10% French grey on the tip of the wings here. Oh, Lion and the Lamb, I can imagine. 12 is such a... 12, 13 and 14 I think are quite a tender age for kids. You know, all those emotions going up and down, and they seesawing back and forth. And I suppose for girls it's different to boys. I was saying to my 11-year-old that I want him to keep doing exercise, so like just staying fit. I mean, he does rugby and hiking, and I said to him, I think it's really important to do, because it just really, you know, the exercise and what exercise does to the human body just helps regulate and just balance some of those hormones. So I've been trying to encourage him to stay active. Okay, so now I want to make this mallard duck a bit of a normal duck. So I'm just going to use similar colors. So this is the peach beige. And I'll bring in some light umber. They are a bit, the female ones are a bit boring. And some black raspberry around here. And then that 10% grey. Lion and the Lamb, that's beautiful. And it is a tricky balance to be both friend and mom. It's hard to know which one is first, friendship first or mom first, but you know, take one day as it comes and you'll know which one. It's lovely that you had that relationship with your mom and you could talk to her about everything. Okay, so now I'm going to use a black pen just to redo the dots on their eyes and their beaks. Because I find with Prismas you can easily lose, you know, like the detailing. I must say with my boys, I try and tell them, like, you know, we're here for them, they want to talk, try to show interest in what they're interested in. Oh, thank you. So Faye, which books do you have that are too intimidating for you? I want to see, I'm curious to see if we have any similar books. Okay, so a bit of black gel pen just to redefine the ducks so they stand out from the water and don't get lost. And then we have the dog. We are almost done. So the dog technically could be white because it's got spots. So I'm sort of leaning towards like that Dalmatian kind of vibe. Now, as far as I recall, the Dalmatian is white with black spots. So we're going to need some 50% cool grey. I have a 70% cool grey, maybe a bit of the warm grey. Okay, so let's try the 70% cool grey. I'm going to try and not use too much grey because we don't want a grey dog, we want a nice white dog. It's always tricky because white is never white, it's always something else. Okay, then a 10% French grey. So you can use like a feathering motion just to pull down the greys. And push it up as well. Oh, I'm sorry, Lion and the Lamb. It must be really difficult to not have your mom around. I'm glad that you had a good relationship with her though and have beautiful memories. I can only imagine what it's like. So this is the 70% cool grey. And we can do a bit of the 90% French grey in your very deeper shadowed areas. And then the 10% French grey again. So I wouldn't do too much more than that really because it's a small dog and this is the black pencil. Oh wow, Faye, we've got some of the similar books that we don't touch. So my Maria Trolle Twilight Garden has only got 3 pictures coloured in. My Airy book, I've only got 1, Romantic Country Tale 2, and I have 2 whips in that, and I still close the book. Hannah Carlson, I tend to do a bit better in, but I do have quite a few whips. And Forest Girl, I've only completed 2 pages in because yeah, it just, yeah, well that's that. Okay, so I'm going to do black spots on our Dalmatian dog. So just a black pencil and nothing fancy really, and we can give him maybe a nice bright purple gel pen color. Maybe next time do a fluorescent one. Let me see. That didn't work. Okay, maybe we do. I'm just going to try and rub it off. Nope. Right, let's try like a neon color orange instead. There we go. That's better. All right, and now for the boat. Someone had suggested a blue boat. So I think we'll have to do it a very light blue to contrast with the water so it doesn't get lost in the water. Maybe more of a muted blue. So if we try this, this is Blue Lake. And let's use, oh Faye, you're very kind. I actually I get nervous a lot about coloring stuff. I try hide it, but I do get nervous. And if I make a mistake, my husband's always hearing about it. Because I just panic. So I'm using the 70% cool grey to just place in some of the shadowed areas. Inside the boat would also be quite shadowed, so you get maybe a bit more light towards the top, but not really too much coming down here to the bottom. Absolutely, Lion and the Lamb, and that's something to hold on to and look forward to. I think there's comfort in knowing that you'll see your mom in heaven. She's in a good place. Okay, so now I'm going to look for my periwinkle, because I'm thinking if I do the both similar colors as I did the roof of the house, it should work, and maybe do this top edge purple. And we could even do a darker blue actually. I might bring in some indigo. And we could even use some violet. So let's bring in some no, not violet. Changed my mind. Let's try just the indigo blue. Yeah, I hear you. Too many coloring books, not enough time. Totally hear you on that one. I do enjoy Rita Berman's travel books. I think her travel books are by far my favorite. It's a pleasure, Faye. So lovely to have you come and chat to us as well. Hope your little one enjoys the outdoors. Have a really good weekend. Okay, I want to bring in some black because I do want to darken this blue up. Otherwise this boat will just get lost in the water. And then I'm going to go back with my indigo blue. And then the periwinkle. Oh, enjoy, Faye, and take care. God bless you too. And then if I use the PC1086, which I think is cloud blue. It's either cloud blue or powder blue. You can really like create a nice highlight with that. And then the blue indigo. Periwinkle. PC1086. PC1086. And the indigo. And the periwinkle. So I'm going to use lavender. And black cherry. So because blue and purple are analogous colors, I know that I can use them together and it will work quite well. No worries, Lion and the Lamb. Enjoy, and we'll see you in the replay. Hope you have a fabulous weekend, and take care, and God bless. I think I'll bring this up a bit more. So this is just back to that black cherry. Then that 90% French grey and possibly even black, but I think the French grey will just warm it up a little. A bit more black, but just lightly. You don't want to do it too dark. And just go over it with black cherry. And then we have the grey lavender again. And then here we'll do a eggshell. We'll do like a wooden seat. Light umber. And a dark brown. And that eggshell will complement, because it's opposite the color wheel, it will complement the purple and the blue. And then some black here. Back over it with light umber. Right, so all that I need to do now is the grass. So I need to have a look at those colors. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to try and go back into my channel and see if I can find the colors I used. So we need lime peel, and need some olive green and some apple green. Definitely don't want to use spring green. So if I use lime peel and I do it up here, right, then I want to go to my olive green, and I think I'm going to bring in that 90% French grey as well for deep in my shadow areas. I must say, I underestimated how long this little section would take me. I thought I would be done this page within half an hour to an hour, and it's taken me almost 2 hours to finish the page. So I'm using olive green over that 90% French grey. And then I've got my apple green, just for a little bit of brightness, because it's quite close to the tree, so we want it a bit brighter than the other pages, you know, this section up here. So olive green, you can even brighten it with your lime peel. So here the apple green. I want my 90% French grey to kind of show that these leaves are on the ground. They're creating a bit of a shadow. Then my apple green. My olive green over that French grey. Back over with my apple green. You could probably brighten it up with the lime peel. Apple green going up here. And then olive green at the background. Lime peel. You could add some gel pen, So if you took like a yellow gel pen or a very bright green gel pen, you could create like strands of grass. I want my olive green. And then lime peel, a bit of apple green just to brighten it up. And then if I take like this neon color, I could brighten it up like this. You can see what I meant by you could probably even use a paint pen for this. And you don't want them all going in the same direction because grass never goes in the same direction. Yeah, I wouldn't go too far this side because this is more your mid-ground. I would focus more on my foreground. And it just adds texture. Alright, so if I zoom you out, and move my stuff out the way, that is the page complete. And all the pencils we used. Oh my gosh. Oh, but I'm so pleased. It's come out really well. It's lovely. And I mean, you could embellish it a bit more if you needed it to. I just put a bit of light umber there. So yeah, you could embellish it more if you wanted to. You could add highlights to other places. But overall, I think it's done really well. I think the color palette has balanced pretty well as well. So it's been really, really lovely to do a Teresa Goodridge color along with you all, and even as a live stream. I see it's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm not going to have time to get into the Flower Year coloring book, which I had planned, but I will do that page as a color along video and upload it onto the channel. So again, a big thank you for joining me, a big thank you for your support. It's just been such a lovely time to spend my Friday evenings, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video and at the next live stream. Have a lovely weekend, everyone, and I will see you soon. Take care.